Hello, my friend. Welcome to our channel, a place where small stories carry great lessons about life. Today, I want to share with you a very special story. It is meant for those who have big dreams and great ambitions, but are constantly held back by laziness and procrastination. If you've ever said the words, "I'll start tomorrow," then this story is for you. The story: The Two Seeds in Khalid's Life. Once upon a time, in a small village at the foot of the mountains, there lived a young man named Khalid. He was in his early 20s, healthy, intelligent, and above all, full of dreams. Khalid often told his friends, "One day, I will own the most fertile field. I will reap golden harvests. People from all over will seek my advice, and I will be someone the whole village respects." It all sounded wonderful, but there was one problem. Khalid was very lazy. When others in the village rose early to work in the fields, he stayed in bed dreaming about success. When the men toiled under the burning sun, Khalid sat in the shade, cooling himself while talking about his ambitions. When he saw women carrying heavy buckets of water from the well, he just smiled and said, "I'll do it tomorrow." His dreams were big, but his actions were nothing. One day, an old and wise uncle named Hakim came to visit. He looked at Khalid's abandoned field and sighed sadly. "Khalid, your land is so fertile. Why do you let weeds take over? You talk about golden harvests, but all I see is dry soil." Khalid laughed. "Don't worry, uncle. Tomorrow I'll start. Soon you will see a field that will amaze the whole village." Uncle Hakim shook his head. He had heard that same tomorrow too many times. He reached into his pocket and pulled out two small jars, each containing different seeds. He said, "One is the seed of dreams. If you plant it and nurture it daily, it will grow into a tree that gives shade, sweet fruit, and prosperity. The other is the seed of procrastination. If you plant it, weeds will spread everywhere, choking and destroying everything around. Remember, your future depends on which seed you choose to nurture." Khalid thought to himself, "Of course I will plant the seed of dreams. Only a fool would choose procrastination." But the next morning, he felt tired and said, "Maybe tomorrow I'll plant it." Day after day he delayed. Eventually, out of curiosity, he planted both seeds in the soil, and then left them unattended. He told himself, "I can always take care of them later." But time passed, and Khalid forgot all about them. He slept, he talked, he dreamed, but he never worked. Weeks later, he returned to the field and froze in shock. The seed of procrastination had sprouted quickly. Weeds covered the entire field, strangling the land. The seed of dreams was tiny, withered, and nearly dead from lack of water and care. Uncle Hakim came back, looked at the field, and said, "Khalid, this is the image of your life. Dreams are like seeds. They need effort and action every day. If you neglect them, they die. But procrastination grows by itself. It spreads quickly, and in the end, it destroys everything. You long for success, but your laziness has already stolen your future." Khalid fell to his knees, touched the dying seed of dreams, and wept. For the first time, he realized the truth. Dreams alone are not enough. Without action, every dream is nothing but an illusion. That night, Khalid could not sleep. He thought about the wasted years, the lost chances, the empty promises he had made to himself. He whispered, "If I don't change right now, procrastination will imprison me forever." The next morning, before the sun had even risen, Khalid jumped out of bed. He began pulling out the weeds one by one. His back ached, his hands bled, sweat soaked his clothes, but he did not stop. He watered the seed of dreams, day after day. Time passed, and the seed grew into a strong tree, heavy with sweet fruits, casting wide shade. Khalid himself changed as well. He was no longer the lazy dreamer he once was. The people of the village began to call him the man who conquered procrastination. My friend, Khalid's story is not just about a field. It is a mirror reflecting our own lives. Inside each of us are two seeds. One is dreams, the other is procrastination. Dreams survive only if we feed them with action, discipline, and daily effort. But procrastination needs nothing. It grows by itself, and eventually it destroys everything. So don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Water the seed of your dream. Pull out the weeds of procrastination. Because if you keep delaying, your dream will wither before your very eyes. If this story has given you something to think about, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And leave a comment below. Which seed are you nurturing in your life? Thank you for listening, and see you in the next story.